Hi everyone, David here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back for another video, or welcome if it's your first one. Thanks for joining us. Are you doing okay? I'm doing okay. I'm just kind of sweating it out here. It's almost the start of rainy season, so it's getting hot and humid and rainy somehow, all at the same time. So that's not great, but I did manage to get out of the house to finally take a trip. I've been putting this off for ages. Every time I made a decision to go, it would start raining, so whatever. But I'm going to introduce to you today about Himeji. Now, Himeji is a very kind of famous and historical city in Hyogo Prefecture. Hyogo Prefecture is the prefecture next to Osaka to the west. That's the prefecture where Kobe is. But if you go past Kobe, keep going, you can get to Himeji City. Now, it's easy to get to. I'm gonna go through everything I did there, but to get there, you can just go by JR. It's very easy. You can even get there by Shinkansen as well, which I always forget. But by the kind of special rapid train from JR, it takes about 1 hour and costs about, I think it's about 1,600 yen. So yeah, not too bad. And when I get there, I'm going to show you around. I'm going to show you the kind of station area. I'm going to go to a temple and also go back to the castle and see like a nice ornamental garden as well, and talk to you about some of the tickets you can get as well. So when I make the when I make the subtitles, I always come across the same phrases. I'm always using as well all the time, so please kill me if I use that too much. Okay, I'm going to hand over to myself. I'm going to do some narration, but please like this video. That would help me so much, as would subscribing. I'm getting closer and closer to 1,000. I really hope it happens soon. Please leave a comment. Is there a place you want to see that you want me to go and visit and show you on another video? Or do you have any questions about Himeji? I'll be happy to answer those. And also share this channel. If you know any friends who are coming to Japan and they're looking for somewhere not the usual big city, then send them my way. And well, maybe they'll be put off by Osaka because that's a pretty big city, but there's more to me than just Osaka. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to myself and see you on the other side. Okay. Right, so let's get started. Hurtling across the scenery of Hyogo Prefecture. This is where Kobe is, and also our destination today, Himeji. It took about 1 hour on the rapid train from JR Osaka, and we reached our destination of Himeji JR Station. So it's quite a large station. There's lots of different exits, but I was taking the central gate here. Also, tourists trying to work out how to top up their cards. But don't worry, I had it under control. I was going out of the Himeji Castle exit for reasons that will become obvious in a moment. There's this large plaza, there's some performing areas, some places to eat, and Himeji Castle right down the centre of the main road. Keep panning around, we've got the bus terminal over there, and to the left there's the Himeji Sanyo Station. Sanyo is another train company which runs on the Hanshin lines. And this is the Himeji Bus Terminal. You can get your ticket from that office there. I got a combo ticket for 1,700 yen to take me to Mt Shosha. This includes the bus both ways and also the ropeway. So very convenient. Not much of a cost saving, but it was convenient. And here's my ride from Himeji Station. It takes about 30 minutes to get to the Mt Shosha ropeway station. It's over there somewhere. So you can get some refreshments. Check out the map of Engyoji, which is where we're going next. And then time to take the cable car up there. Very easy. Nice view as well. You can see all the farmland around there. And on the way up, you can wave at the other people coming down on the cable car. This whole thing takes about, I think, 5 minutes to get from the bottom to the top. Nice and smooth. And when you get to the top, there is a little observation deck, so you can enjoy the scenery from there for free. Enjoy a bit of fresh air. Okay, so it's 500 yen to get into the temple complex, but if you make that 1,000, you can get onto the little tourist bus. I thought that's what I was going to be taking, but actually we got piled into some people carrier, which you can see there. Only a sort of less than 5 minutes, we can get to our main destination, which is Engyoji. This is a temple poking out from the trees over there. This is one of the 33 Saigoku Sanjusan Canon pilgrimage temples. That's why I was going there. Quite easy to get up there. by steps. It's a little bit unforgiving, but you've got enough time to relax. And here is Engyoji. We can't take videos inside. It's not really allowed to take photography inside of shrines or temples. That little building is a restaurant, and these are all maple trees, so I'm sure that's going to be beautiful in the autumn. Now I decided to walk behind the temple now and take this road off into the forest. Fairly easy footpath as well, unless it's raining. There's a few different routes, but they all end up in the same place mostly. You can see the Buddha on the way. I feel like his eyes are following me. And eventually I'll make it to Maniden, which is the temple complex most famously used in The Last Samurai, the Tom Cruise movie about 20 years ago. So if you watch that movie, you might be feeling a bit of nostalgia now. You might be remembering some of the scenes. Yeah, beautiful place, very, very quiet. There's not really that many tourists there. Beautiful Japanese woodwork. You can see all these ancient buildings. So just have a wander around there, kind of enjoy the atmosphere. Inside the back building, you can see all these former decorations of the buildings. These kind of like special roof tiles, and some various treasures on the next floor. Speaking of which, you can also have a nice view of the back. You can see off the balcony into the forest. You can see Okunoin there, one of the other temples. So definitely take a look around Maniden. Some beautiful old buildings there. I think there was a little tour guide going on, little school tour. Otherwise, just have a wander around. There's a lot of little buildings dotted around amongst the trees. I'm not sure what this one was. And just kind of relax, really. Do a bit of forest bathing. There's a little sign here to say what kind of sights you can see from the top of the mountain. Either the trees are grown or it's designed for taller people. I couldn't see anything. But that was my cue to go back on the cable car, or ropeway, whatever it's called. Got a nice view of Himeji City from above, and the highway down below. And time to catch my bus as well, back to Himeji. I decided to get off a little bit early, around the castle area, and visit this ornamental garden, whose name escapes me. I'm going to put that in the caption. This garden is divided into various zones. So there's a little waterfall zone. There's a nice looking restaurant inside there, a little traditional Japanese building, and a little water garden. So you can see the various different environments. This was a really nice place actually. You can see, if you stand on a little bridge, you can see all of these koi carp. Must cost a fortune. That's the bridge I was climbing across, but otherwise a very decorative water garden. Of course they're growing the next generation. I think this is like a flower garden, but didn't come in the right season. There's a little flowing water area too, a little stream. And a nice Japanese pine garden as well. I love Japanese pine trees for some reason. Another decorative water garden too. There's a little pavilion you can sit under. There's some noisy Australian girls there when I was there, so I didn't have the chance to relax. And the most huge koi carp I've ever seen. It's hard to get the scale there, but it was massive. It was it was probably as long as me, and a few more splashing around. The water didn't seem too deep there. And you can see a little deer scare there. There we go. Safe from deer for another day. A little bamboo forest as well, with a little well. Hopefully Sadako's not going to pop out of it. And you can just enjoy the wildlife. There's some geckos trying to ambush some dragonflies. Otherwise, just have a wander around. All of these gardens are separated by these big white walls as well, so you can feel like you're in a samurai movie or something. Now, outside the garden, well, there's a little tourist boat if you want to be super touristy. Otherwise, I was here for the main attraction, which is Himeji Castle. So let's enter Himeji Castle Park. Nice sign for you to take your photo in front of. And there's the main attraction there, the White Heron Castle. There's also a small zoo there if you're interested in that. So a beautiful view of the castle. It's one of the few original castles left in Japan. I think there's only about 12 left. Inside the main keep, it's fairly empty for most of the floors. You can see the kind of traditional woodwork, and there's some nice views out into Himeji. You can see up the main street there. Like I said, fairly empty. You have to take your shoes off as well and carry them around in plastic bags, so just be aware. And there's some rather unforgiving staircases as well. Mind your head and mind your knees. I think there are maybe 4 or 5 flights of stairs to get all the way to the top. Otherwise you can just enjoy the original Japanese woodwork that's survived for so many hundreds of years. There we go, bit of pillar history there. And you can see the model city. You always see these in the museums. And this was where they stored the weapons as well. A very impressive rack. Everyone was enjoying that. And once you get to the top, this is where all the tourists are accumulating. This small top keep. There's a little shrine in there. And views from all directions. Very windy windows. So you can take some views from all sides. Like I said, you can look all the way down the main street. Or you can look out and see the other traditional shachihoko roof decoration. And otherwise the very peaceful surroundings of Himeji Castle. And as you go out, there's a nice sort of photo spot you can use. So very beautiful. I think they repainted it about 7 or 8 years ago. They have to do that every so often. Otherwise, that's enough for me. I was going to wander back down into the city. The place does close at 5 o'clock with the last entry at 4, so please be careful with your timing. It's a bit of a squeeze for me. And you can even see some of the locals. Is that the last samurai? Well, it's the last samurai we're going to see today. Otherwise, the main street around the castle is quite sort of touristy, and there's some nice little places to buy ice creams or Kobe beef, get some things on skewers. Otherwise, there's also a covered arcade, a Shotengai. This was later on in the day, so I think it was around closing time, a little bit quiet. Otherwise, the main street is quite a pleasant walk. Takes about 10-15 minutes to get from the castle to Himeji Station. But there's plenty of places to shop around there, some nice restaurants too. So just have a bit of an explore if you haven't done enough walking already. And here we are back to Himeji Station. I'm on my way back to Osaka. And on the way I'm going to enjoy the beautiful view of the Akashi suspension bridge on the way to Awaji Island. So there we go, that's the end of my video. I'm going to hand back over to myself. And that's the end. Okay, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Really appreciate that. What did you think of Himeji? Yeah, I really liked it. I've been to Himeji kind of several times in the last couple of years for the kind of Nazotoki game, the kind of puzzle games on the trains. Usually ending up in Himeji, but I didn't really have any time to look around, so it was nice to have an actual day in Himeji. I'd never been there by myself either, actually, because I think it was always going there with friends. Yeah, every time I've been there. But it was nice to go back to Shosha Temple. I hadn't been there for 10 years. It was nice to revisit that place, even though I felt under a bit of time pressure because I wanted to do all my YouTube filming. I was making sure I had some time to enjoy it as well, but yeah, I don't know. I'm always on the job, I suppose. So like I said, Himeji is very easy to get to. I took the special rapid train, which cost about 1,600 yen, and took 1 hour from Umeda Station, from JR Osaka. So quite easy to get to. Yeah, very easy from Kobe as well, and if you're on the other side in Okayama. You can even get there from Tokyo fairly easily because it's on the Shinkansen route. But it's not on the fastest route though, because it's kind of a fairly local station, so make sure you get the right Shinkansen train. As for the prices of entry, I did buy a ticket for the Himeji Castle and the garden next door. That was a combo ticket. It was kind of impressive actually. I think it was 1,000 yen to get into the castle and 310 yen to get into the garden, but there was a combo ticket which was 1,050 yen, which is kind of almost, go to the castle and get the garden for free. So I definitely recommend that if you have enough stamina to go around the garden. It's a nice garden too. What else? When I went to, I showed you the Himeji Bus Terminal. In there, they were very helpful, and they sold me a kind of combo ticket, which includes the bus to Shosha Eki Station and back, and also the ropeway ticket. So that cost 1,700 yen, I think. Not really as much of a saving, but I mean, usually these combo tickets don't save that much. But yeah, it was just worth it for the convenience, I suppose. You don't have to keep buying tickets everywhere. Also, when I got to Maniden, or when I got to the top of the ropeway, there was a special bus, which, like you saw in the video, turned out to be someone's car for the first bit, but it was actually kind of a minibus on the way back. That cost 1,000 yen, but to actually enter the kind of temple complex, you have to pay 500 yen, so it's only an extra 500 on top. Especially if you're thinking about having a big day in Himeji, then I recommend using it because it does kind of save you some time. Yeah, I don't think I would have had enough stamina. My feet were killing me by the end of the day, so yeah, recommend getting that, and the guy was really nice anyway. So I think that's everything I want to say about Himeji. Yeah, if you have got any questions or comments about it, please let me know in the comments. And please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more kind of travel-y stuff. Share this channel as well, share it to somebody who's coming to Osaka and they want some interesting place to visit. And there we go, I guess that's everything. So thank you very much for watching and see you again. Bye bye.